Meanwhile, World Health Organization defines child abuse as all forms of physical or emotional ill-treatment, neglect or negligence resulting in actual or potential harm to the child's health, survival, development or dignity in the context of a relationship of responsibility, trust or power. It had been observed that approximately 6 out of 10 children experience some form of violence and 50% of all children in Nigeria experienced physical violence. In many cases, child abuse is done by someone the child knows and trusts, often a parent or other relative. Our correspondent, Fatima Ibrahim, has more on this.
Child abuse is not just physical violence directed at a child. It is any form of maltreatment by an adult, which is violent or threatening for the child. This includes neglect. When child abuse occurs in the home and the abuser is, for example, the child's parent or caregiver, this is a form of domestic violence.
Child abuse is an household issue in Nigeria, and not even in Nigeria, all over the world. And it simply means any physical or psychological maltreatment of a child, most especially teenagers, so that has any negative implication on them is regarded as child abuse.
A child's beliefs, self-esteem, development and capacity for function can all be severely impacted by this abuse. Abuse sometimes involves multiple types and occurs regularly, complicating a child's physical and mental health for the rest of their lives. Children that are abused often have feelings of hopelessness, hate, despair, misery, and rage, sometimes talking about feeling suicidal or self-harm.
Now, one of the first things the victim will demonstrate is lack of trust. They find it difficult to trust anybody. They believe everybody are vampire, a lion. So they generalize things at a very tender age. So then it affects their developmental, both intellectual and the physical aspect of it. Majority of them live in guilt. So they tend to keep to themselves. So suffering in silence. Then they will not feel love. They become very bitter about themselves and about their neighbor. So, and the implication of this is they will not be productive. Child abuse effect cuts across every scope and every area of human endeavor. So it will affect the growth of some organs that are important that need to be expressive in them. So, and the pain will always be there. The trauma might not be ill if not properly taken care of.
Trauma from child abuse can result in the child having issues with trust, behavior, communication, and relationships. Victims may be aggressive, violent, and prone to drug and alcohol abuse or suicidal thoughts. They may have difficulty learning or holding onto a job. They may also deal with anxiety and constant fear, hence the possible solution.
Parents must understand their role, that they must take full responsibility of their children. They must ensure that they place their children in a safe environment, and the parent as well should do more of proper care, sex education, and even it's unfortunate that even parents themselves send their children on streets to hawk. So the parents should know they should have the knowledge of child rights, that what are things that a particular child, what are the rights of a particular child. So we can't also, because of the economic situation in the country, so since you know you cannot cater for them, then why do you give birth to them? But above all, we should all make effort to make an environment a better place for us to live, both for the young and the elders, because it is the children that become an adult, either now or later.
However, parents should be vigilant for signs of abuse in their wards. Well-meaning individuals should also be at alert and ready to report cases of abuse to the adequate authorities. The government should also lay out immediate penalties to curb this menace. Fatima Ibrahim reporting for KAFTAN Television News.